All right, hello everybody. We are here at the Topeka Zoo today, and if you see on your screen there, we are celebrating a very special day today. It is Elizabeth's second birthday, and we all remember that eventful night 2 years ago when we joined you on Facebook Live and live streamed that entire birth event, and it was definitely a miracle and something that none of us will ever forget. But we're here at the zoo because not only are we celebrating a birthday, but we're also celebrating other giraffe new information that came out of the Topeka Zoo today, and this is and we have Katie Amix here with us, a zookeeper, focuses on the giraffes here at the Topeka Zoo, and she's going to talk with us a little bit about the new giraffe exhibit that was announced for today. Would you mind talking a little bit about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So our new giraffe exhibit is going to be wrapped around Camp Cowabunga a bit. It's going to start kind of over behind Liliana's forest back here and go all the way towards where Ostrich is now. So it's going to be a really, really large exhibit. We are going to have our current giraffes there. So we're going to have Abby, Hope, and Sarge. Liz and Kanza hopefully will stay, but unfortunately because of SSP, they will have to leave eventually. So we are working on breeding recommendations for them since now they are both 2 years old. So we're really excited about that. But we have different exhibits within the barn. We have a large day room, kind of what we have similar now, but it's going to be much, much bigger for them so they can actually run around and play in it if it is too cold for them to go outside. We have other stalls set up for them as well, places that we can separate them and do footwork training with them, so we're really excited about that. We also have different spaces outside for them, so we have a birthing area where mom and baby can kind of be away from the crowd and kind of bond together. We also have a bull yard, kind of like we do now, but much larger for Sarge, or if we have more babies eventually, we can have another bull. We also will be having all the giraffes mixed in with other species as well. So we're gonna have another hoofstock barn that's gonna have like antelope, kudu, that kind of thing. Our ostriches will be moving in there with them, and also our cranes that we have in the species with them now. So we're really excited about this new barn. We've raised quite a bit of money, though we are still trying to raise money to help finish the barn. So we've publicly announced going public with our fundraiser for that. So if you guys would like to help, you're more than welcome to. There's more information, I'm sure, on our page, or you can call the Topeka Zoo for more information on that. But we are really excited about this new barn.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. And you said it's called the Giraffe and Friends exhibit,
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And what kind of timeline are we looking at for Giraffe and Friends?
So I know we are going to start tearing down some of the trees and stuff, like clearing some of the land and getting it ready. I believe in about March. So we should be starting construction around that time, maybe a little bit after. But I know the plans are going to start kicking into gear after 2021.
Awesome.
So we're very excited.
Awesome. And I know you talked about you'd be able to keep the majority of the giraffes that we have here already.
Yep.
Are you going to be bringing in any new giraffes? Will there be any new breeding programs happening in the next couple years at all?
As far as I know, we're not bringing any more as of right now. That might change. First, we need to find breeding recommendations for Liz and Kanza. Kanza, unfortunately, with being a male, he will have to leave and make his own family. But we're really excited for that journey for him. But as of right now, we're not getting any more until that new barn is built, and then I'm sure we will consider more options. But I know we will be wanting to do breeding eventually in the future with SSP letting us too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know we've been here with celebrating the lives of Kanza and Liz, and how awesome it was to have both giraffes pregnant at the same time, and being able to see them grow up here at the zoo. Related to Elizabeth, it's her second birthday today. You know, how has her growth been? I know, maybe over the past year, or what the average birth weight is for a giraffe compared to, if you wouldn't mind going over that.
So usually when a giraffe is born, they're 6 feet tall already to start off with. And they weigh about a little over 100 pounds, give or take. Liz was an exception. She was actually a lot smaller than she was supposed to be, which I'm sure you guys are very familiar with her story. But she was really small for a baby giraffe. Now, we haven't really a way to measure or weigh them. So as of right now, the keepers think she probably weighs maybe about 600 to 700 pounds. and she's probably about 8 to 9 feet tall, so she's still a little baby.
She's petite.
A little petite thing, but again, her mom's petite too,
Yes.
so genetics come into play there. But she's grown
Yeah.
several feet since I've been here for at least a year, so she's slowly growing, but at her own pace.
Sounds like she eats like her mom.
Yes, she does. She eats just like her mom.
And how are the rest of the giraffes doing? How's Sarge doing? I know, is he still growing? He's so tall.
So Sarge is, well, he's eating out of Con's bag right now.
Yeah, I see that.
So he's eating great, obviously. Sarge is a big boy. We're very proud of him. We're doing some footwork training with everyone. We're very excited that he's doing really well.
Good.
But yeah, he's huge.
He is.
He's about 18 and a half feet tall, give or take. So he's a big boy. Abby's doing great. A lot of people are worried about the separation between her and Kanza. They're actually doing very, very well. We kind of changed up the way that the routine is. Usually Kanza and Abby are together all the time. Well, now that he's getting more mature, we have to separate them. So we're kind of preparing him for that move when he does go out for a breeding recommendation. They're both passing with flying colors. They're doing perfect.
Awesome.
He doesn't seem to mind too much. She has her moments where she kind of misses him, but if she's with the herd, she doesn't really mind. So it's something that we're very happy, and we're keeping a positive note on that.
Awesome. Very cool. And just for those of us that don't really know, transporting a giraffe, I'm sure, is an event in its own. To try to get a giraffe across the country to another state. How does that work? Is there a particular point in which you can't transport a giraffe because they get too big? Or, I mean, just give us a little bit of detail on how that happens.
So typically we don't like to wait too much after once they've turned 2, because it can become a danger at that point because they're so tall. You have to have a really large truck. You don't want to put them under anesthesia the whole time because it kind of becomes dangerous at that point. But they have to plan out their whole route in advance. So underpasses, things like that, can they fit the truck under it? With the giraffe in there, obviously you don't want the truck to hit the underpass or anything.
Right.
So they carefully plan everything out. Usually some of us will go with them as well to make sure that they are moved safely. But yeah, as of right now, Hans is still at that limit where he can still pass under stuff, so we're good for a couple more feet. But you know, it'd be more difficult to transport like Sarge or Abby, who's much taller. It's probably not safe for them. The risk goes up the taller they get. If that makes sense.
Understandably so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
did you have any questions, Jay? Or okay. Well, and did you have anything else to share, or I think we covered it? Okay.
So this morning, just to kind of explain what's going on in here, Liz, I think she likes the color pink, so we did made a really girly birthday for them. We had big boxes kind of in the shape of a cake, and it said happy birthday, Liz, and on the back of it I had a big giant 2. Hope knocked that down first thing this morning and played with it. We had some browse stuck in it, which are like tree branches, and Liz was playing with it this morning, and they were having lots of fun. Liz ate some of the streamers, which is totally fine. But yeah, so she had a really good birthday. She's enjoying all of the attention today. And this morning we made a big giant browse, almost like a scarecrow. But it was in between the fence so Sarge could also enjoy it. That was the first thing they knocked down. It had the word spelled out as Liz. But I have pictures of it. I swear I did it. They knocked it down like first thing. Because browse is super yummy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're just enjoying their morning. We're about to go inside here in a little bit and feed them and set up for tonight. But yeah, today's luckily a beautiful day.
Beautiful day in Topeka.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Katie, for joining us today.
No
We
problem.
appreciate it. All right, take care.
Yeah.
We're glad you joined with us today. We're, of course, at the Topeka Zoo and Conservation Center in Topeka, Kansas. It is Elizabeth's 2nd birthday. You've been here with this journey with us for the past 2 years. We were here in the middle of the night for that birth. Little stressful at points, but it was an amazing moment. And today, while celebrating Elizabeth's birthday, the zoo announced a new project. And this is announcing a new project when their current project is almost to fruition. Kay's Japanese Gardens will be opening in 6 days. So with that right on the horizon, today they announced Giraffe and Friends. With that, the giraffes will be getting a new exhibit, much larger. I believe they have close to 3 acres outside of room to roam. There's going to be a new 3,000 square foot giraffe barn, or 3,000 square feet indoor player in the giraffe barn. Also 4 other rooms for birthing and training and other necessities. Along with that, they'll have a 3,000 square foot hoofstock barn where gazelles, some other hoofstock, the ostriches, some other big birds will stay, and they'll actually share the space with the giraffes. Now, the giraffes then will be much closer with the new Camp Cowabunga. So if you come here and enjoy some time around that campfire, maybe even register and spend a night here, you'll be able to see the giraffes right next to you, the gazelles. It'll be an amazing experience. And they're just getting ready to start clearing land for that. And I believe they hope to in about 18 months from now is when that would be opening. So that's their next big phase if you want to help out. Just look at the Topeka Zoo and Conservation Center. So that is a very exciting announcement. So while they love where they're at, they'll have a much better, much bigger space to enjoy. And remember, if you're new and you haven't checked it out, go to YouTube, search for Top Zoo, KTWU, and check out the live streaming webcams for here at the Topeka Zoo and Conservation Center. You can view the giraffes here. We have paddis monkeys, tigers, and you never know what we may have in store down the road as either a pop-up camera or maybe something new in an exhibit. So we're always looking towards the future.
Yeah, he still got it. He was throwing it around yesterday. He threw it over to them, and it, like, I think it hit Hope or Abby, and they freaked out.
And as you heard, little Elizabeth, she's still kind of small for her age. She was a petite little thing. Of course, her mother is quite small for a giraffe also. And her mother, Hope, was quite an amazing story. So if you haven't checked that out, there are some links to her story also on YouTube at Top Zoo KTWU. Of course, here's the big dad. We'll see if Sarge will come over and see us. And Sarge is one of the biggest bulls you will see. And he is still growing. And it's hard to see from here, and I can't zoom in with the camera I have right now with this live. But Kanza is right behind Sarge right now in the bowl here. I can barely see his little tiny head peeking up and eating some snacks. When the giraffes do move to their new exhibit, the current giraffe space here, for the time being, will be turned into an event lawn. So whether there's little concert series or picnics or other activities for kids and families, that will take over that area for a limited time. Remember, if you want to help with our webcams, be sure to check out KTWU. There should be something links also. You can help donate and improve and help us add to our online zoo. Great plans for the future. Of course, like anything else, we just need help fulfilling those. Here's one of our live streaming webcams that you can log on to right now and get this view.
I see the zebras. What is that called? A zebra? No. What are those?
And this one is the Cowabunga cam, if you're looking for that on YouTube. There's also an Abby cam outside. And when they do go indoors, you still can see them with the Sarge cam. And I'm going to take you real quick and give you kind of an idea where this new enclosure will be. Camp Cowabunga is kind of the showcase here in the zoo. It's the newest exhibit that has opened. It really gets you up close with the animals like you haven't been able to do before here. As you'll see in a second, inside you can even get just right on the other side of the glass from some of the biggest cats you'll ever see. The team here at the Topeka Zoo is always looking for ways to improve the lives and enrich the lives of all these animals. We know we kind of have the facility is not the biggest in the world, but what they do with it is amazing, and they always have the best welfare of the animals in mind. And here is part of the newest Patis monkey exhibit, which there have been a couple little babies there also. But this is a fun exhibit for the kids to come see the little Patis monkeys. They can go across the bridge. The monkeys can, not the kids, unfortunately, though that would be fun. Can even try your luck behind the wheel of a safari jeep. And usually the monkeys, when they're out, will come right up on the hood and take a look at you. You might just be the exhibit for them. So back here, we're in Dung Beetle Square. And over there you can see the campfire. As Gary Clark used to say, some of the best times around the campfire, reminiscing and talking about the adventures and the animals they'd seen. And so it's always a special time to end a day of safari around the campfire. Now with this new giraffe exhibit, once you're here around the fire, soon, in 18 months, not too far away, the giraffes will be roaming right through here. So the north edge of this exhibit will be kind of the end of where the ostriches are over here. And so then they can roam all the way through. And you'll see the trees and shrubs back there. Those will get cleared out, and this will basically go to almost the southern tip of what the zoo has for property here. And it'll also reach across to the walkway right across from the new Japanese garden. So really an amazing new project about to be undertaken. So if you can't check us, you can always check us out on the webcams. You can always check it on the zoo. Check out the zoo's website at topekazoo.org. Check out KTWU's website. We'll link you up with some other zoo links. But make it out here. Make sure, even if you're just swinging through, you may be on I-70. If you're on I-70, one of the busiest highways in the U.S., we're about 2 minutes off the highway here. So just stop in, whether it's an hour or all day. There's some amazing experiences here at the Topeka Zoo. I know COVID has been a little hard on everybody getting in and out, But the zoo here has been working with everyone. There's masks on in every building. There's masks if you're approaching anyone for all the visitors. But they've really been doing a great job to try to let people still get out and enjoy a wide open space and really enrich their lives a little more. Why I know we have a lot more time being shut in. But here is some of the real great stuff of the new Camp Cowabunga. I don't know if you can make out Avis up there in the shadows on top of his rock under the trees. But they've thought of everything here. These rocks during the wintertime are actually warmed, so they can lounge on these and get a little extra warmth. You might have just heard one of them roar. There you go. And this cool little gate, during special events, the keepers will come over and they can slide this open and do some enrichment with the cats. And this is an amazing experience for everyone. Just look what kind of excitement it brings. Yeah, you see the big one up on top? There's the big boys on top with the big mane. See him up there? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, soon the giraffes will be joining what I would say the Camp Cowabunga family. Make this new exhibit and new dung beetle square that much more exciting. So mark your calendars, 18 months from now. Come grab yourself a chair and cozy up next to the fire at Camp Cowabunga and enjoy the giraffes and gazelles, the ostriches, all just walking by your campsite. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll get back here soon and give you some more exciting updates from the Topeka Zoo. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend.